Okay, so let's have a look at this without the curves. And I think we're in reasonable shape. We haven't touched the head yet, but we've got some nice movement through the body. But I think I want to just go in and just do a little bit more through the torso. Now, I noticed when I was watching this back that some of my offsetting didn't quite work through the torso. Whether yours did or not, I don't know. But I'm just going to go through it just in case you're having the same problem. It's great round here and it's great up here, but we're just lacking a little bit of elasticity around just around his chest area. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just got the curves back on. Is just have a look at, I don't think these offset properly. If I just have a look at here, whereas I was offsetting them by 2, they don't seem to have offset. So I am going to do it again. If yours is working, then you can just skip this bit, or if you same thing has happened to you. I have noticed that occasionally this happened to me when I was doing a bit earlier in the tutorial, that suddenly one part of the animation has disappeared. So it could be that it just disappeared. I've had to do the right arm a couple of times because it just keeps stopping. So if this happens to you, make sure that you've saved regularly, and then you can go back to the early one and you'll have fewer redos. I think it's just Maya 2020 being funny. Okay, so I am going to just kick this forward. And rather than do it as an addition, I'm going to just add this as 2, which is what I wanted before. Make sure I've got pre-infinity cycle on. And then go in and just make sure these curves are smooth as well, because otherwise you're going to get little kicks in your animation. So you can see there, it'd be nice if that was just a little bit smoother. Same thing just here. I just go rotation in Y. There we go, and just smooth that out. All of these things, they're just little things. This is called polishing your animation. But it does help just ease. And this is where you've got the start and end of your cycle, so you've got to make sure that these line up. But this is basically just polishing it. It's just making sure that everything is as smooth as it can be. Okay, so let's move to the next set up here. So this one, I'm going to rotate again. So let's have a look what's going on here. Again, it doesn't seem to have done it. So this time I'm going to go plus equals 4. And again, I'm going to do a pre-infinity cycle and see what that looks like. That's better. And I think because I've got this one up here, I think I might leave that top one, but that's definitely improved things. So if yours was looking fine before, then you don't need to do that again. But just if yours is still looking a bit rigid through there, then you can do what I've just done. Okay. So now let's start to think about his head. So similar to the tail, because your head doesn't help propel your body forward, it needs to just have a little bit of secondary motion on it. Okay, so similar, so we have a little bit on offset. So I'm just going to bring his head control down a little bit so that we just basically think about his mood and where he's looking. And another thing I'm going to do is just to move his looker just a little bit further forward. Oops. You've got to be careful with lookers because you can easily pick up the middle. There we go. So let's think about where he's going, because we are going to be moving him forwards shortly, so it'd be good if this is actually out of the way. Okay. Okay, so I want his head to come back a little bit as he goes up and then down a little bit. And I think I might, yeah, we'll come back to that. I just had an idea that I'm going to improve it a little bit, but I'm going to come back to that. Okay, so let's think about his head in the contact position, and we'll say, yep, it's fine there. Save a key, and I've got his head selected here, so make sure I've saved a key, and then go to frame 24, save a key, and then go to frame 12, save a key, Then if we go to frame 6, and if I just make sure I'm in rotation mode and just bring his head back a little bit. Okay. And then go to frame 18. Copy that. We haven't got the cycle in, so wondering why nothing was happening. Here we go. Oh, I automatically do that just dragging across, but if you're just trying to do a cycle on keys that are already there, if you're going to tag and move things, then you need to put the plus equals, but for the plus equals thing. But otherwise you don't need to do that. So if you keep seeing me do that, it's just an autopilot. You don't necessarily have to do that. There we go. All right. Okay, that's good, but now we want to add a little bit of an offset onto there again, just so it's not going at exactly the same time. And now I do need to drag across. Plus equals 2. Shift it along, see what that looks like. Yeah, that's not bad. Just knock the curves off. Okay, I think we're in reasonable shape there. I mean, you can, if you want to, go in and start putting a little bit of secondary motion on its ears if you want to, and you can change his expression. But for a basic walk, I think for your first walk, I think this is a good start. And then you can go on and do the second walks where you have more personality to it. But this is a nice, good basic walk. So the next step in the next video is going to be able to make him progress forward. Okay.